Alright folks, we're back playing Gold Rush by Sierra. This is Scott, and I've actually taken a little bit of time off from making these videos, so for me it's a bit of a gap. Probably, I'm not sure what the upload timeline is like. I actually do have right now a few of them just sitting on my hard drive that I have not uploaded, so they might go up together or around the same time. Anyway, just to refresh your memory, at least from my vantage point, what we have done is we have just gone into the trading store and we traded in our gold coin for the pan. Now, I believe you can actually go back and exchange your pan for a shovel, but for our purposes now, the only thing we need is the pan. We'll get the shovel later. I'm not sure if we can buy it later on after we get some gold. And there's one more thing we have to do really at the fort. Like I said, I thought it was kind of interesting and kind of neat that there's all these little areas within the fort, which is supposed to be, I guess, a fairly small fort, but that there isn't all that much to do. It's pretty much been abandoned, and so at least the game sort of makes up a story to justify there not being too many people here. Pretty much only one guard, which still seems a little far-fetched. But in any event, there is one more thing we have to do here for a time being, and then we'll go out and take a look at gold, and a few things I'll be able to show you during this video, and we will continue on with the storyline. So let's get moving, and Jared is going to now head over. I believe we're in the right area. When it comes up, I'll tell you in a second. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Let's see what's over here. That's the same screen. Okay, this is what we wanted. He is heading over to the graveyard now. Now, this is one of the things I don't know if I fully still understand. Alright, so we'll take a look. You're standing in the cemetery of New Helvetia, Sutter's Fort. This ain't a very lively place, but it may be interesting. Alright. So, what I don't understand, I guess, is for some reason he buried our father, and I don't know, because they have graves for both our father and mother back in New York, and so I don't know if he's just showing respect for him, which I assume is the case. But if that's the case, why he didn't do so for his mother, I don't know. If that was a tradition or something in the past. In any event, there is a gravestone to our father here, and maybe it was just solely for the purpose of what we're going to find out. So I believe this is the right one. If not, we'll take a look, and if I have to pause the game, I will do so. Read stone. Alright, Psalm 23. Wilson Marshall died January 24, 1848. Mourned by sons James and Jared. A place in our heart is reserved for you always. Okay, well, if you recall, Psalm 23 is pretty much the only part of the Bible you can flip to directly. And how you'd actually figure this out, I'm not sure. I guess it'd be a lot of trial and error. I don't know what you're doing, and then figure, hey, I have a Bible. Why do we have it in the game? Well, the reason is, as we'll find out, let's take a look at Psalm 23. Alright, so we can read Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Now, what's capitalized is green pastures. And I actually took a look at a King James Bible, my King James Bible, and it does not have green pastures capitalized. So I guess he was hoping it would be capitalized in, I guess, our version, though I don't know why that was, because it wasn't like he gave us the Bible. It was that fellow on the ship, or depending on which route you take, the guy sitting under a tree, or the guy sitting under a tree either in Panama or in the camp before you take the coach out west. So in any event, it is capitalized in the Bible we have, and you actually the hint is actually immediate, because you have to do a little exploring to figure out what it means. And because it's a little cryptic, I'm just going to tell you right now. There's a hotel nearby that is called Green Pastures, and so we are. That's a hint that is a place we need to go to. Now, that by itself does not tell us anything, though. We have to remember that we have an envelope that has some holes in it, and this is why this game, I don't know if I cheated initially. I didn't really have the walkthroughs. I certainly didn't have the internet or the web when I first played this, so I'm not sure how I ever figured this out. Maybe somebody told me. And anyway, you have to use the envelope here. Use envelope on stone. Hold on one second, folks. Okay, it was actually the letter, I guess. I really thought it was the envelope that had the holes in it, but in any event, it's just flashed the screen saying you must be a genius, and I think you'd have to be a genius or very lucky to figure out this on your own, or just trying a lot of trial and error. In any event, it says you take the envelope from your long lost brother out of your pocket and hold it up to the tombstone. I don't see why it starts using yeah and year. I mean, just because you're out west, all of a sudden they're gonna use a different format. In any event, you just kind of have to push this around until you lock it in. So let me not waste your time again, and let me just pause it. Just want to show you what I have to do, and when we get back, we'll be in the right place. Okay, we got it. And what do these letters mean? Well, that's another tip. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll tell us in a second. I'll press enter. If not, I'll let you know. Hold it right there. Okay, it does tell us. Through the holes in the letters, you see these characters: R210OOM. Okay, well, that doesn't tell us too much. However, I do know that means room 21 or room 12. I think it's supposed to be room 12, but 21 comes first. And I guess you could sort of read it. You think our brother could be a little more clear, maybe just put in the letter where he what room it was. I don't know why he has to disguise it this much. Yeah, I know he's kind of on the lam and such, but anyway, he is a guy who loves puzzles or something. In any event, this is what we have to go to. Green Shepherds. Green Pastures. Did I say Green Shepherd before? I apologize if I did. Green Pastures, the hotel. It is room either 21 or room 12. Okay, so we got the score, and we're gonna save it right now. Okay, folks, just wanted to save you a few minutes by skipping over a little bit there. I took a look at the graveyard. There weren't too many funny there weren't really any funny tombstones, so I didn't think there was anything really to share with you there. And what we're doing now is we're going to pan for gold, and we actually have to be at least 10 miles away before there's actually any gold. And so we just have to do it obviously in the stream. It's actually kind of decent how the game does it. A lot of the scenes repeat, but it does sort of give you the feel that you're sort of out in the wilderness. You're out a ways from the fort, and that goes on continuously. And it's also very helpful that it tells you pretty much how far you are away from Sutter's Fort, so you can find your way back. And I believe you can probably go an infinite distance away, but it will not let you actually find any gold unless you are 10. All right, so let's pan gold, and it's pretty much something we have to continuously do. I tried just doing this before. We checked the grave site, and I didn't have very much luck, and so I was hoping that it would make it a little bit easier if you actually do so, that it would spark something in the game that would allow you to actually find some gold. And we're not having a lot of luck. What the game does, it allows you to find gold, I believe, 50 times, or you actually have to get the full score, you have to find it 50 times. And so, obviously, I'm not going to waste your time just doing this 50 times. I wanted to see if I could get it one time for you. There's also one other little event I wanted to show you, hopefully before the end of the video. So, let me pause here and see if we can bring up that event. Then I'll do the panning for gold off video. So, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, folks. I was actually in the wrong river, I guess. I looked at the river and said nobody's ever found any gold here, so I guess I was on the wrong track. This is the right one, and I was wondering why we weren't bringing up the instance that I was talking about. And what I was talking about, the instance or the event, was that there are actually other people mining here. Well, let's find out what happens if you pan in a scene where somebody else is mining. And sometimes they're actually obscured entirely. This guy's partially obscured, but entirely obscured by the bush. Jumping bullfrogs, look what I found. Alright, we found some gold. Well, that wasn't actually what I wanted to happen. Let's try that again. Hey, the miner near you shouts, "Hey man, you're panning in my claims. You'll hang for this." Apparently they take their property rights pretty seriously here. So they actually hang you for mining in the wrong spot or running. Any last words? Yes. What do you say to quail? Never figured that out. And the trapdoor falls open. It's an utter pity that your trip to California turned out this way, ain't it? I apologize if that was graphic to anyone. I probably should have actually warned you beforehand. I assume some pixelated violence isn't too bad, but if that was disturbing to anyone, I apologize on that. I'll actually try to post something on YouTube to tell people to leave, cut it short if they didn't like it. Anyway, that is this video. We didn't get our final answer despite our final words, and that's what happens if you end up panning or digging right next to somebody else's spot. So don't do it, or you face capital punishment. Anyway, we'll be back next time. See you then.